North Korean state media is reporting the country's leader, Kim Jong-un, berating top officials over lapses which caused an unspecified great crisis related to coronavirus. In a Politburo meeting, Kim accused party executives of neglect of duty, including failing to implement important long-term measures to fight the pandemic. One report suggesting a number of senior officials have been replaced. Now, this is a rare sign of the pandemic's severity in North Korea, which previously insisted it had no COVID cases, although that is a claim that has been doubted by many. I've been speaking to Dr. Edward Howell, who is a lecturer in North Korean politics at Oxford University. He said it was highly likely this meeting was called because of a possible outbreak of COVID in the country.
It's quite clear that the narrative that North Korea has disseminated for the past year, that it's the land of the COVID-free, is rapidly disintegrating. Whilst the state has not been particularly specific in terms of the nature of this COVID-related threat, it's highly likely that we are starting to see signs of COVID infiltrating into North Korea. And the implications of this on the North Korean people, but also on the ability of the North Korean infrastructure to cope is also particularly worrying at a time when Kim Jong-un himself has admitted that he has been unable to fulfill his 5-year economic plan, and also his emphasis on improving the economic situation for the people in the country.
Edward, what had the authorities in North Korea done to try and keep COVID out up until now?
So we've seen regular testing, we've seen state media broadcast, people getting their temperatures checked, move towards online learning, for instance, at schools and universities. But obviously this is the image that North Korea wants to project to the outside world. I guess what's particularly interesting is, will North Korea ask for help? Because South Korea has offered to send vaccines to the North in the past, and North Korea has simply not replied. So it's now are we going to see a turning point where Pyongyang realizes that it has very little choice but to ask for international assistance?
Because how bad are the food shortages there at the moment, Edward?
So the food shortages, from what we know, are becoming increasingly severe. It's a combination both of meteorological problems, typhoons last year, but also largely to do with the fact that North Korea was one of the first countries in the world to close its borders. And it closed its border with China, and trade between China and North Korea has declined by 75%, which has had a huge deleterious impact on the economy.
And why are people in North Korea expressing their concern over the health of Kim Jong-un?
I think, first and foremost, the claim that he is emaciated is a little bit hyperbolic. I mean, it's quite clear he has lost weight. I think, secondly, obviously Kim has comorbidities. He's very much obese. We've seen the fact in the past Kim take time off out of public view, and perhaps one reason could be because of his fear of catching COVID. I also think this has big implications in terms of domestic governance as well, and as a slimmer, healthier Kim, quote-unquote healthier Kim, what could this mean in terms of how he governs domestically? Could it be a way of him trying to say that the economic situation is also affecting everyone, and he wants to be seen as a man of the people, even though this may not be close to the actual truth?